Natalie is 22 years old when the movie starts. Old, who is about to graduate from the University of Texas, who's having a hard time to balancing being a mother and her job. She loved Arden Slot to finish school and go on vacation to LA to make a good impression on her bosses with her pictures by making animation movies films. The story starts with Natalie. She was in school with her boyfriend Davis, helps him study. He asks her to come over for a drink to celebrate his band getting as a donor. She's okay with this and hugs him, and he tells her that she does. You don't need to worry because their plan is because they loved each other so much. After a few days, Natalie is going to a prom. Her friend Jared gets sick and throws up. He feels bad about her and then goes to her. A pregnancy test is brought to her by Aiden, and after that, the story splits in two. In alternate worlds, there is Natalie checked out negative, and Natalie is sure that she is not pregnant. Makes everyone happy and ends the party while the Natalie is upset because she is pregnant and thinks about her future and then takes Gabe out of the party to let him know at first. Look at his word, worry. But he helps and encourages her, she says, telling her friend that this will ruin her dream. So she tells her not to. She refuses to move and insists on getting what she wanted. The non-pregnant Natalie is happy about the new part of Lee's college life and her own friend to Los Angeles, while the other Natalie, still very sad, leaves college to let her parents know she was pregnant. They are angry about it and think badly of it. Judge is a jerk. They fight when her Gabe's parents go out on the deck. He wants to marry her, but she says no. Turns down the other Natalie comes in LA very happy. Then she wants to work and sees in billboard for Lucy Galloway, who's looking for a painter's helper. Nicole wakes up in a room while she is pregnant to the noise of her folks, who have they tell her to turn her room into a gem. Try to get a job and tell her about Natalie, who is not. Has doctor's visits, she is pregnant, can't find work, and learns Lucy Galloway has a party, so her friend tells her to come to the... She meets Jake at a party and tells him she goes looking for Lucy because she wants to meet her. But they can't find her, so Jake tells her to stay for a while. Natalie, the other one, she was in the kitchen with a friend, Kara, on the phone, who told her about her life in Los Angeles and how she felt upset and began to cry over what's going on in her life. Natalie is in Los LA on the phone to set up a job interview. As Lucy's helper, she went to the interview, and while she was tense, Jake is waiting with other applicants. When someone came to help her, she was shocked to see him, so he told her he had to work. This is where the talk begins, and she tells Lucy how much she loves her. I liked her pictures so much. Not as her, she chose to hire her. For Natalie, while she's in Texas as an assistant, Gabe has a meeting with a doctor. They learn that she is giving birth to Natalie was with Jake and another girl, who told her she should get a job and talked about your plan to become a documentary. He was a director and had a 5-year plan. Gabe and Natalie were reading a book that looked a lot like hers. Book about parenting. All of a sudden, she was about to give birth in her folks' house when she got there. She had a girl. Jake gave her the name Rosie. Birthday, and they both had a lot of work to do. And they had to write the code at this point, she starts to love him. While Natalie and Gabe were with Jake take care of the crying baby in diapers, which made her sad. Pictures of her friend who is doing well, and she gets mad while her mom tries to calm her down. To help her, she changes the way her hair looks. Gabe tells her nice things 6 times. After 6 months, they all celebrated It's been a year since the girl was born, and Natalie tries to give her up in Los Angeles picture, but Lucy doesn't pay attention to her. Jake and tells him what took place. He tells her, you got a simple job and will be put forward for. She tells him he should become a director. In the end, Jake and Natalie eat out and talk and tell each other they like each other. A few days later, Tara comes back home and finds Natalie, and Jake sets them up while they're in Texas. Natalie shows up at Gabe's apartments to congratulations on what he's done, and he gives her a kiss, but she turns away. She tells her that she and Rosie should come to live with him, but she says no, worried that the relationship will end and that this will make Rosie unhappy, so she asks him to find someone else, so he accepts her choice. The chair comes in, and goes to see Natalie and Rosie, and they talk about. After a few years, everything in gay Nicole met Rosie when she was 4 years old, had time to work on her drawings. While Natalie is in Los Angeles, she is still. She was happy with Jake as her boyfriend. She has seen him do well as a boss. Natalie was with her one-day family at a cookout all of a sudden. Miranda Gabe's friend showed up, and Natalie got angry at her and asked Ye to... He told her to leave Miranda, but she didn't. Was a part of his life, and he turned him down, and Miranda became close to Natasha, smiled to hide how she felt. Natalie was sad because she was in LA with Jake when Kara and her neighbor came in and were so happy for her, while Natalie something she drew and wanted to show it to Jake, who was shocked by her John bought things and told her to be so brave as she has the guts to show Lucy these drawings, and Lucy sees her drawing. Agrees to meet them that night. Natalie was with Jake, and she was upset they were about Lucy's late answer, and they were chatting about places they could move into, but Jake wasn't paying attention and he was acting strangely and looked worried, so he told her about a job in New York, and he had to stay there for six months to a year. She asked him if they would live together, and he said he wouldn't let her move in with him. She tells him she won't always be there. He tells him everything will be okay. Natalie in Texas makes up her mind to go see Kara in Los Angeles before she goes. Gabe is taking Rosie to have fun, for she couldn't wait to go to law for a week and hang out with her friend. They run into each other at the restaurant, into Jake, who has juice on him and spills in on her by accident. She says sorry and buys her drinks as a way to say sorry. Carrie tells Natalie that LA is not a good place for her to live so many people, but she laughs and says maybe Nicole Loss should be with Rosie Angeles, is dressed up as she looks for a flat for her, and Jake, mostly because he didn't have any getting in touch and the time change. She is still at Kara's house when gets a call from Rosie, who wants to... I asked her about Jeep, and she said he has left her with a babysitter she hired. Gets mad and calls him right away, but he doesn't answer. Kiara shows up, and he inquires about her desire to visit a beach. But she says she has to go back. She tells her what happened. Gabe won't pick up the phone when she calls and has Kiara left Rosie with a stranger. She's mad, but she knows Natalie packed Nicole had already left and was in Los Angeles. She was at work when Lucy called her to come to talk. She tells her that she's very skilled, but she lacks she fires because of something in her pictures. She cries and calls Jay to tell him what took place so he can try to comfort her, but things don't work out, and she does not feel connected to the relationship she's been trying to keep up, as Jake doesn't care. He tries to explain himself. She asks for dinner, though, and he gives it to her. Agreed, she is now out of work and without a partner. She cries over what happened to her. Nicole goes to Texas and then comes back goes to Gabe's house and gets her daughter, and is angry at him for leaving the girl with a stranger. He's let down that he tells her that she left on vacation, that he liked the girl with Miranda's sister because he hung out with her too. She is shocked when you ask her to marry you, and when she cries and leaves because the man she loves will marry someone else. For this reason, Natalie comes from Los Angeles at their house to look for Texas gave her peace, but she was very sad. Because everyone else had established their lives, which she has kids, a husband, and a good job. Decides to go with Care to a baby shower for a co-worker where she feels she fights with Kara for no reason, and then leaves. The party was not only angry from Texas has been drawing with Kara visit. She says she's sorry for how she worked in Los Angeles, but Kara was understanding and agreed with her choice to help your daughter with her job. They weren't gay at the same time drawing during their free time, and by focusing on their talent, both of them they work from their Texas home and chose to put the drawings on the web on Rosie's first day of school. Nicole runs into Miranda and Gabe while she gives them gifts to give Rosie. She suddenly gets a call from Kara, who tells her that her animation short film, The Movie, has been put forward for one of the best movie in the field at the same time Natalie watched TV in Los Angeles. Talking to Kara and got a message that her short movie had been chosen for a well-known festival, so they jumped for joy when she heard she met Gabe while their daughter was there. She tells them at school that she tells him about the surprise he gives her a hug and tells her that his band is going to play at the same fest. She tries to call Jake to tell him he doesn't know about the event, but she does. She doesn't answer, so she leaves him a message. Went to the fair, and Natalie from Texas spoke about her daughter who made her want to draw for movies while the other Natalie was Karen. And she met Gabe after 5 years and gave him a hug, and told her he was married and would give birth while she told them about the bad news about the baby. That day Gabe's offer gets praise from everyone, and she can't believe Miranda is there. He tells her they broke up, and she says okay. Tells her that she doesn't look like Jake has gone out to find a ticket to get in. Natalie meets him and the two of them hug. See Lucy in the animation movie, who tells her good job and gives her a Katie, and Gabe had a job in Los Angeles. She was talking and walking around, said they were sorry for keeping him away from her. He smiled and kissed her on the other cheek. Natalie and Jake were not saved to the house where the party took place many years ago. He was told to wait for her. The other Nicole and Gabe walked by, and she asked him to wait for her too. Went to the toilet and thought of it, the event that made their lives different, and told them everything was okay. Reach their goals. If you want to thank you for watching, don't forget like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on the notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.